Hello, and welcome to our coverage of Love is Blind. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with Love is Blind season 9, if you can believe it. We started covering this show at season 2, and we are now here at season 9, only a few years later, because Netflix does crank these seasons out back to back to back. I'm Asia, and I'm here with two amazing co-hosts to cover the season. First up, I have the lovely Mary Kwiatkowski. Mary, how are you?
I'm so great. I would never have believed a few short years ago that we would be here for season 9. I'm not just like us on the podcast. I am actually surprised the show has lasted this long, but it is one of the more popular reality shows to come from Netflix, so I
Yeah.
get it from their standpoint. But at this point, it's like pretty soon we're gonna run out of cities. We're gonna have to start
You
going back and doing the same
doubling
ones
up.
again. Yeah.
Yeah. Come back to
If
Houston,
you
please.
if you had quizzed me, I would never have remembered the city from last season. Do you remember it?
Okay, so it's Denver now.
Yes.
Last was it Minnesota Minneapolis?
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't even know that was one that had happened, and I
Yeah.
watched that whole season.
It's because they talked about how small it was all the time.
Yeah,
Everybody knew each other.
yeah.
Um,
Anyway.
but we're not here alone. We are here with the guy who joined us a few short seasons ago because we just have to have his amazing perspective. We have Jason Reed. Jason.
Jason?
Jason? Oh, I thought he was joining us this
Jason?
season.
Hey, guys!
Oh,
Hey! I was
Hey.
getting my water. What'd you think happened? What?
that you ghosted us.
What? Well, no, I would never ghost you guys. That was something I would never do. Never ever.
I've already
Mhm.
been ghosted a few times today, so
Today.
Today. My.
Oh my goodness.
Not to worry. I'm here, and
Whew, I was nervous.
I'm so
I
glad.
forevermore shall be named Hot Jason. If we're using words that are characteristics in front of our names, I am now Hot Jason. Actually, matter of fact, let me get my thing changed up here.
Hot Jason.
Hot Jason. So I mean,
Yeah,
if we're just using.
Megan.
Unfortunately, I already have one. So actually,
Frail
you know
Mary.
what? I'm gonna change it for today. Hang on.
If we're just using words to describe ourselves, I feel like that that should be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
It's
like
all
it
good.
should be like a what do you call it? An alliteration. Pale Mary.
We're going with Pale Mary today.
Pale
If you're
Mary.
watching the video, it'll make more sense.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited to have everybody here. This is one of the shows that we just love just chatting about because I mean, the format is the same season over season, but we at least get a dynamic group of people for the most part. Some seasons we haven't. But first up, if you want to keep up with when these podcasts drop, make sure you go subscribe to the Love at First Sight feed. That's where you can get all of our podcasts about Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, the Ultimatum Queer Love, Perfect Match. All of that is over there on the Love at First Sight feed. As well as if you want to see our faces, you could subscribe to the RHAP YouTube channel and we are there. Okay. Unless you want to treat this like Love is Blind and you want to just continue to hear our voices and not know what we look like. And then join for the finale and see if you were right about what we look like. That's fun.
That would be an interesting thing.
Yes.
No, we actually challenged some people. I can't remember what season we did that. It was maybe like season 3 or 4. We were like, hey, if you've only listened to the audio version, come check out the video and let us know if we match. And some people messaged us and were like, you were exactly what I thought. And oh my gosh, you were not what I expected.
I do love that though. Tell me what my voice sounds like.
Right. Tell me what I look like.
And one of these days, the second we stop following this show or covering this show, if they still make it, or maybe I need to do this with one of the international versions. Oh, but I can't if it's okay. Well, it would have to be an English speaking.
You'd have to just listen dub. Yeah, it had to.
Yeah, or do the dub. But
yeah.
I want to do the thing where you don't you cover the TV screen with a blanket or something until they do the reveals and see how close you are to them. I worry that my attention span would not be able to keep track of who's talking though.
Yeah. even with taking notes, I feel like I would lose track. But yeah, I'm very excited. I don't know. I feel like we may feel differently about these episodes. So let's tell you what's going to happen here. We're going to talk about episode 1, 2, and 3. We're going to come back and give another podcast about episodes 4 through 6, and then we'll have drops in the next couple of weeks, and we will continue to drop podcasts for batches of episodes.
Yeah, it's just with them dropping 6 at a time. It's like we were just thinking, like, what's the best way to do? Because I mean, I think last season we did the first episode and then the 5 after that. Just 5 episodes
Way
is
too
a lot to
much,
cover
y'all.
in one podcast. So we just figured, why not break it up into 2, 3, and 3? A little easier to digest and to cover. So I think this will be for the best.
Yeah. Exactly. So there were so many, I mean, before we even get into the specifics of the people, because there's so much overlapping. We have Nick and Vanessa back, a staple. Love it.
They were there for, I mean, I know they're never there that often, but they were there for so short of a time this time.
I think one of these seasons they literally need to just take from another season and just air that as if it's the current season to see if we just notice, see if we know.
We won't.
We won't, because it feels the same thing every time they come in and they say, hey guys, tell us about yourselves. They say a few select people say some dumb stuff about love, like I just want the love that I never got from my mother. I want to give that to my wife, or some crazy stuff like that.
No,
And
Jason, you have to say you have to fall out of love with your type in order to find your husband.
Yes. And this experiment's really going to help me open up and be vulnerable with someone that I can't see through a lava lamp wall. Something like that. I feel like it's the same thing every single year. It's just copy and paste. I don't know what they can do to liven it up or make it feel different. But it just feels so samey all the time.
I'm actually surprised they haven't just recorded a video of them
Mm-hmm.
and then played it on a TV screen. Like, they don't need to be there.
Yeah,
Right.
kind of have it be like Big Brother, where like the Big Brother contestants pretend like they're reacting to something in the house when it's just producers speaking over a loudspeaker to them. Like
Oh, Nick and Vanessa, you're so beautiful today.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because we're, obviously we're gonna see them at the getaway, and then that's it. Well, a reunion.
They fly Nick and Vanessa out to wherever the retreat thing is for literally 5 minutes.
They have to promise them a vacation.
Yeah, they literally just
why?
say like, and they're gonna go back to their regular lives. They have their phones back and have all the temptations and foibles of the outside world back into their lives. Like, that's all you're here for? Like, come on, at least in the ultimatum, they're there at the table interacting with the participants. Here, they're not even interacting with these people. It's so weird. It's so crazy.
That's why the reunion's always so interesting, because they're basically just viewers like us. They have no insider info.
Well, they're technically quote unquote executive producers. I don't know what exactly that means. I feel like it was a title they made them give them as part of the like contract negotiations. Like, and
because
you're
they
going to be
created
named.
the concept of the ultimatum.
Yeah, they originated the word ultimatum and what it means in a relationship. So I guess they get the legacy credit of all that stuff. But yeah it's just. It's crazy how they're executive producers. I don't know what they do. Like, I feel like if you wanted to be an actual producer, you'd be there interacting, doing things with the contestants. But
maybe they are behind the scenes. Maybe we don't know that they are so hands-on and they have just limited their on-camera presence so they can be more present behind the scene.
Yeah, like we saw that producer.
Sounds right.
We saw a producer talking to Blake, being like, "Well, you gotta do what you gotta do." That could have easily been Nick or Vanessa, right? Because they're always there looking over.
They were already at home. Yeah, they had no idea that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got our usual, like, you're getting all these sound bites from different contestants, and so it's really hard to track at that point because we don't know who's who at this point, right?
Yeah.
But we do know that this is in Denver, Colorado.
Yes. Asia, you and I know something about the people from Denver, Colorado participating in love shows. We covered Married at First Sight when it was in Denver, Colorado a couple seasons ago.
Season 16.
Yeah. And judging from those participants, it's not a surprise. We had a lot of interesting personalities that are a little flaky at best,
Yeah. I know, was it 7? No, it was 17, I think. Yeah, that was a season full of drama. And they also made sure to say, to point out the lack of diversity in Denver, because they were having difficulty matching certain people with a spouse. So it's very interesting that we also heard that again here on multiple occasions about just the difficulties in dating in Denver. I've visited Denver once, and I will say, didn't see a lot of people like me.
Asia, you're not supposed. The people that are blind watching are not supposed to know anything about you.
My bad.
It's part of the experiment. You don't want them to know.
Nobody with purple hair.
Yeah, no one with purple hair. Yeah, exactly. So these first 3 episodes, they are still in the pods. We got 2.5 reveals. We got 3 proposals. And
which is pretty good for 3 episodes, I'd say.
I know. I was kind of surprised we got a reveal episode 1.
Well, we have in the past, but this one was the quickest. From the time when they introduced us to that couple to the time that we saw them saw the reveal, it was like 25 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could probably go back to each season and hear one of us say, I don't think we've ever gotten a first episode reveal.
We definitely have. It's been a lot of times.
Never happened.
A lot of times what they used to do was like the first episode, it would end either with the proposal or like the start of the reveal, but they wouldn't actually meet until the beginning of episode 2. That was usually the episode 1 cliffhanger. Yeah. And now we're just getting it.
Now that you just went right in.
Instant gratification.
And if you are listening to this podcast and you are potentially doing the blind experiment where you are not wanting to see the people, make sure you just go listen to this podcast, because we are going to be showing the pictures, because we're in the first few episodes, y'all.
But like just close hide the tab.
Yeah.
Minimize the tab.
Keep want the view.
Yeah.
But how are they going to see how hot I am if they're not looking at the screen?
Yeah. How will they know whether or not Hot Jason is an accurate name?
So we are going to be showing the pictures. So just a fair warning. So the first couple that we got to really get to know, I guess at a level of, getting all the way to the reveal in the first episode, was Anton and Ally.
Yes. And I would put the words "get to know" in extreme quotation marks, because this went by so fast. I was like, oh, what? How are y'all in love? Why are you in love? I don't know. I don't know anything about these people except they can relate on a couple of things. But this was very fast, and that either means they're our golden couple, a la Johnny and Amy from a couple seasons ago, who I think also had a super fast courtship and engagement, or they're just, I don't know, or there's just more drama to come with them later down the line that we'll get to know them better in that way.
And it was also okay. They did this twice in these first 3 episodes that we saw. They did the thing they normally reserve for the moment before the wedding, where they do like a flashback to the pods of like how we met. Yeah. But like they introduced us 20 minutes later. They're gearing up to propose. And so they do like a flashback montage. And it's like, hey, it would have been nice to just like see one of those actual conversations.
Because we're not time for that.
Instead of all of the people who are going to leave the game anyway.
They love to do a flashback to show, oh yeah, just so y'all know, they did have more conversations that we just did not show y'all.
They definitely did it more this season with things we never saw, with never before.
Yeah,
here's some behind the scenes footage from this first episode. It's like okay, like I kind of appreciate it, because it does get past some of the yada yada-ing and does indicate and let us know, yes, they did have more time than what we showed you. Here's some snippets from it, but listen, y'all, like I feel like it's Vanessa and Nick telling us it's boring. You didn't want to see it anyway. Just know that they got to know each other a lot better.
While we are nitpicking though, and I will stop mentioning this every season until they bring it back. The one thing that I feel like they should bring back, because they used to do it for the first like 3 or 4 seasons, the first 10 minutes of the episode of episode 1, I think should be a quick montage of lots of people. I think if you are cast on a show, you should be allowed to be on screen.
To be on it.
At least once, and not just in the background of a group chat. Because I think it's wild that they cast like 30 people to be on these shows and you see 10 of them.
And they give us bios for them, like complete
They give you bios.
Yeah.
I remember a couple seasons ago where there was like a thing where two of the girls were twins or cousins or something, and they
Sisters, yeah.
yeah, sisters, and they posted on their social media that they were going to be on the show and all this, and they did not show up for 1 second of screen time. And I just think, like, again, I would rather have, if this is Netflix, the episodes can be as long as they want them to be. So
Right.
have 10 to 15 minutes at the beginning, montage of a lot of different people, and then we can lock into the people that are actually going to be on the show for a while. Maybe most people don't care about that and they just want to say, show me the people that are only here. But if you're gonna show me the people that are like only the people that are here, don't bother to release the cast list of all 30 people. I don't need to look at them then.
Yeah, just give us the 8 or 10 people that are going to be the main focus, and I'll be fine with that. Like I don't need the fluff and the rigmarole. I do need to know about Dio though. I don't know if y'all know Dio. If y'all saw Dio through the first 3 episodes.
No.
Dio is the black gentleman who wore nothing but a red checkered shirt and jeans every time he was shown. Through all 3 episodes, he brought one outfit.
Was he shown one time? I don't.
He was shown multiple times. He was like, he has speaking parts and everything, but he had a red checkered shirt and jeans the whole time. He brought one outfit
did not
to this
notice
thing.
him.
His luggage got lost at the airport on the way to the studio.
He's wearing a suit and sneakers in his official photo.
Yeah, but then in the episodes, he's only wearing a red checkered shirt and jeans every time you show him, and they show him multiple times through seemingly multiple days. Like it's like they lost his luggage. He had one outfit, and he's like, "Can I go to Walmart just to get some more clothes?" Like, no, you stay here at the compound. We're not getting you any extra clothes. It's like Survivor. You get
He's
what
gonna
you
be
came
the
here
next. He's gonna be the next one suing Love Is Blind.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's like, you saw me, same clothes. Yeah, it's I think it does suck because imagine you're just like you're waiting months. I mean, because usually the reunion is like a year or so after. So who knows? Like this was probably filmed maybe earlier this year, maybe end of last year. And they're like, oh, I can't wait to announce that I was on here. Like, oh my, I remember some really interesting dates I was on. You get your family excited, you get the people around you excited, you throw a watch party for the premiere, and then boom. Whoa. I think I squinted
Aysha,
and saw you in the kitchen.
There have been people who literally got engaged on the show.
Yeah,
that aren't shown
never
at
featured.
all.
It's
so you
crazy.
can't even bank on the put it this way, if you are not making it to the weddings or at least the part where you're living together, you're not on the show. Don't even think about it.
No, even that one couple did make it all the way to the wedding, and it was just that the one couple they like erased from the whole show.
Oh, right.
Oh, was that the guy that had some issues?
Well, if you
Yes.
if there are reasons why I shouldn't have to watch you on my screen, I think that's one thing.
Yeah, right. Yes. But with Anton and Ally, I felt like they just gave sweet. And it's very interesting that they did what multiple couples did, was reveal more about their physical appearance, because he told her he was Russian and she told him she was Brazilian. I was like, whoa, when do we start doing that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's multiple instances of like, forget the rules. We're just gonna describe myself.
I think if your background has a key role in like your upbringing or your personality, like I get that from them. If it's like, well, hold on, how am I going to be able to tell any stories about my family or my life or whatever if I can't mention some of these certain things? Like, was it this couple where they connected over I don't know if it was them. It might have been someone. Yeah, that they both learned English as a second language. Like I think that's a thing they would bond over.
Languages,
so I feel like it makes sense that would come up. But yeah, they didn't need to reveal the exact backgrounds. But hey, they did.
So we're gonna be specific. Yeah. And she like her. You could see her visibly melt when he called her baby the first time.
Here's my problem, right?
No, Jason, don't ruin my love for this couple.
No, it's so cute.
We're only 3 episodes in, and I love them. So don't.
I do not trust Anton.
And we've only saw them for one episode.
I do not trust Anton.
Him.
I don't. Something
what did he do?
The fact that he's calling her baby on minute 1 is like,
that's his future wife.
And we don't know that. It could have been date 10.
No, that was their first meeting. That was their first meeting. They introduced each other, and he started calling her baby. And I'm like, what are we doing, Justin Bieber song?
Well, we don't know if that's after a couple hours of conversation.
I don't care, bro. Like, and here's the thing I always say, right? In reality show relationships, the more you use the word baby in common conversation and talking, the faker it is. I was like, oh, this is not good. This is not pretend well for this relationship to me. That's like instant red flag to me. And I don't know, it just happened so quick. I was just like, I don't know. Because here's the thing about Love is Blind, folks, especially in the past few seasons. We have to play like find the undercover asshole, right? Find the undercover F-boy, because
I think we have other options for that.
We got a ton of options for that. We got a lot. We got to find them. There could be multiple F-boys hiding in plain sight. We got to find them. There are some that are in plain sight that are letting us know they're F-boys and jerks. But there's always those. You know, I think of a Tyler. We loved Tyler after the first batch of episodes, and look what happened there. So I'm just trying to find. Sure, I'm trying to find the Tyler in these people, and Anton for me. He's up there. He's up there. I don't. It's something about it. I don't know.
Well, I'm smitten. I I love these two. I think it just felt like they were just hitting on all cylinders. And to your first point, I think they were just so boring to show on the show that it was just like, look, we're gonna get the basics out of the way for y'all, but these two are a match made in heaven.
It feels like a smooth talker to me, Anton. I'm keeping my eye on Anton.
He's not the one who I have qualms about being a smooth talker.
Well, there's a lot of them this season. There's a lot of shysters this season. I feel like it's in the male group, which is usually where it comes from, and the male cast members. I feel like a lot of shysters running around. I don't know,
but I did think they had a very genuine reveal. Like, I think,
I loved it.
Let me put it this way: their reveal was not awkward, unlike most of the reveals we've seen on this show, which was nice.
I will say though, the first kiss a little awkward on his part. He was going at it a little weird, like a little.
You don't like the
pecky.
See, I actually feel like that to me, maybe that's what I
forgot about that.
I think what I liked about that was, to me, it wasn't like, I don't trust it if you're going in like open mouth. I've just met you. Like, I don't know. Maybe you're really passionate, but I thought it was actually, it came across kind of like sweet.
Mm-hmm. Well, she loved even how he smells. So that only just like how she already felt about him, right? They've already said, I love you. And then the fact that she's walking away is like, I can still smell him on me. And I love that. She like that only adds to, I feel like their reveal added to how they feel, because he's blown away by how she looks. Like, he's very happy. So they just have to just not be weird past this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, I got my eyes on him. I'm seeing.
Okay.
I'm watching.
We'll take note of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll keep track. And I'll definitely make sure I give my told you so's when I'm right.
And I'll delete this podcast. So the next couple we could talk about is Madison and Joe. So it was kind of weird how they sprinkled in Madison and Joe, because I feel like from the first time they introduced us to them to when we got like a couple of more dates, I was like, wait, who was this again?
Yeah. Again, kind of a couple. It's gotta be like either nothing happens or a lot's gonna happen later, because we didn't really get. I mean, the biggest thing I can remember is about Madison's eye condition, and that that may or may not cause her to go blind in the future, and how that's going to affect everything. So that's their big selling point, not selling point, but big characteristic of their relationship right now.
Do y'all feel that way about how Joe feels in terms of being overly concerned about cat hair and just nonchalant about dog hair?
I do like. Do dogs not shed at all? Aysha, you are the dog person.
Depends on the dog.
It depends on the dog.
But
so Pepper and Cinnamon do not shed. Tilly,
and this is just another reason why I love Pepper and Cinnamon. Not to not love Tilly, but Pepper and Cinnamon are my favorite dogs that I've never met.
Yeah, these two little ladies right here do not shed. But Tilly does shed. And at first I was like, ooh, girl, why is your hair all over the place? But when she wears a shirt, she sheds less.
Oh.
And so we keep her
she's
in a shirt.
onesie at all times with a hood.
We keep her in a shirt. And yeah, I don't have many qualms about Mowgli, who is our cat, about his hair, but
yeah,
I could feel him on that if he does not own a pet.
Yeah, but listen though, I haven't had a cat for a good like 8-ish years. RIP up to Riley. He's a real one. But yeah, I sometimes I swear I still see cat hair on my clothes. I'm like, God, it's been 8 years and this still cat hair in my clothes. Like, it's crazy how, like, he's right. He's right. This stuff does
infinite.
Infinite. It's all the time. And so I like how he was messing with her about her cats, like how he's not sure if he can get down with a cat person.
I think it is interesting though. It's like, as a person myself who never grew up having pets, like I obviously had friends who had pets and stuff, but like the disconnect between like being comfortable with there being pet hair and not, like, it is a big thing for a lot of people, and especially because Joe's 29, so he's lived a life. He's probably never lived with pets, and that's a hurdle he's gonna have to get over.
It's gonna be a big adjustment.
Yeah.
What did we think of his reaction to her eye condition when she told him?
He made me nervous.
Yeah,
I thought he was about to be like, whoa, I don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
I think he recovered well though. He's like, I mean, listen, if I love you, you're my wife, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. At first he's like, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna have to bounce. I'm gonna have to ghost you like all these other people are doing. So yeah, I was a little nervous at first about what his reaction was, but he recovered well.
I am curious to know at what point in time that she revealed that to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have gone on a date before with a guy who was not completely blind, but legally blind, and did not know that throughout most of the date. And it wasn't until we left, and he said that he had to call an Uber because he can't drive and stuff like that. And I had no clue throughout the whole time. And I was, the reason I'm curious to know when that was something that she brought up was, I definitely think, obviously, if you've built any sort of connection, then I would hope that you think about your connection first, and then about how that would factor into the rest of your life. But I don't know. Maybe it was early.
Yeah, I mean,
it really didn't matter. He proposed. I mean,
true. I mean, based on my notes, it seems like we got the proposal. Well, we did get a montage of their dates, so yeah. It's really hard to tell. But I was happy that he proposed. It didn't seem like either one of them had a ton of other options that we at least saw them explore. And they fell in love, and they had a very interesting reveal because he couldn't get over the shock. He's like, she's not what I pictured. Like, I feel like I'm kissing a stranger. I can't match. He's like, now I got to associate Madison with that. I mean, her. I was like, whoa.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, buddy, slow down.
Again, a bad takeoff, but I feel like he landed the plane okay. Because, I mean, he has to reassure us and her that he does find her attractive. He was just getting weird for a minute. Which I can understand, because it's got to really be a mind F, because no matter what you say to the other person, you are building the other person in your head. Like, you're painting a picture, and if that picture does not jive with what you were thinking in your head, then it will, I would assume, really hit you off kilter. But I do appreciate how he like landed the plane. Make sure he told her, I do find you very attractive. You are like, when she asked him, like, am I your type? He's like, what are types, right? Like,
what is a type?
He's like, it's just basically like, it varies, like, no, bro, that's not what you do. You go, yes, of course, you're definitely my type. Like, so it started out shaky, but he recovered. He got it back.
Do you guys know the song "My Type" by Saint Motel?
That's not the My Type I know.
Okay, well,
I know the My Type by a rapper.
Okay, different. Look up the song "My Type" by Saint Motel. The line in there about what your type is, that should be your answer if you're ever asked on one of these shows. Which I'll just tell you,
don't leave the suspense.
the answer is
no, sing it.
I'm not gonna sing it. I'm not gonna sing it. The answer is my type. You got a pulse and you are breathing.
No.
I don't know if you want to say exactly that. I mean,
just cover all your bases. So I think we have seen this go in two directions. We've seen this same type of reaction. First off, I thought the part where he was nervous, but then he was like, "Oh shoot, I meant to go give you the ring," and then they go back in the room. I thought that was cute.
He's all over the place.
But we have seen this go two ways. Either we have this conversation, and then when they go to the retreat honeymoon part, it's like, kind of dark opening, and the guy's like, yeah, I really could never put the pieces together, and I just feel like it's a different person than or not necessarily the guy, could be whoever, either one of them. That's one option. The other one is like, oh my gosh, yeah, it was a shock at first, but now I find her so attractive. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect moving forward with these two. I think it's only the beginning. It's not like we got any sign. I mean, we got signs that Joe's going to tell us exactly how he feels about stuff, so that's good. But it could go either way.
I mean, listen, props to the show for casting someone with an eye condition just for the gimmick, right? Get it,
just
guys?
For Love Is Blind.
Love is blind.
Oh, I was like, what's the gimmick?
Blind, eyesight issues,
Yeah, but she's not blind yet.
Let's hope she never is blind, Mary.
Yeah, well, she said, no, I know. But that's my point. It's like, I'm just saying, I feel like if they were going to go to the gimmick, they could have
And I mean,
actual blind person.
It made it so that her story was, this may be the last time, my last shot at love, while I do have my eyesight.
Yeah.
Right. I would have led with, you're always going to be 29 to me, Joe.
because you're saying if she does lose her eyesight.
I feel like that would be the kind of joke I would make if I was losing my eyesight.
But what does the joke mean?
Because she's seeing him at 29.
If you see someone at 29, and then if you lose your eyesight later, then it's like,
you'll always be a young man to me, sir.
Yeah,
you'll always be youthful, the appearance.
But
we are making way too many blonde jokes.
So
I'm thinking from her perspective. If I was her,
set the record straight.
Well, I was gonna say there's one thing about her that I wanted to bring up is why does she need to go to 7-Eleven on every date? What is with that?
Because
I missed that part.
Because she is a right-thinking person. Because she's a rational thinker. I mean, a little side trip to 7-Eleven is like a fun time for a date. Like I
guess that could be fun.
Grab you some snacks, grab you a Slurpee, grab you an ice cream.
Figure out what kind of snacks they like. You tease them a little. You see if you both like hot Cheetos or not. Okay, I get it.
I'm sure a drunken trip to 7-Eleven is to get some grub, some snacks. So much fun, right? You get a nice hot dog. Listen, you can't beat a 7-Eleven hot dog. Them things are addictive. So let me just tell you that.
I don't think I've ever had a 7-Eleven hot dog.
In Asia, there's probably never gone into 7-Eleven because I mean.
What you said, it's 7-Eleven? No, I love 7-Eleven. I love Slurpees. I love 7 free Slurpees on July 11th. Get out of here.
I go to the exclusive 812. I'm sorry, it's just for the upper crust.
Anyway, okay. No, I you know what? I'm gonna say that I have high hopes for them because I feel like they seem fun. So
I have medium hopes. I can't commit myself too much. Just yet.
We'll see. Medium hopes is probably a good idea.
My F-boy meter is low on Joe, so I'm really hoping that portends good things. Anton, super high. Joe, super low.
Interesting. Well, curious to hear what your F-boy meter is like for the next person.
Let's see. Ooh.
All right, we got Calabria and Edmund, which
I don't think I've ever seen someone on the show who has as much energy as Edmund does.
Yeah.
The energy is through the roof.
Edmund is like a very stylish, like athletic jock kind of version of Urkel in terms of how he was dressing.
So he's Stefan Urkel, is what you're saying.
Right? I guess, yeah. Mostly, I was mostly going off of the outfit when he proposes, but
Edmund is unlike anything we've ever seen. Maybe on any TV show, I don't know, but definitely on this show, he's a very unique character, and I really enjoy him. But but I'm not dating Edmund, and I feel like
right. That's the key.
I feel like on these dates separated by a wall, I think Calabria is like, oh, he's nice and cute and fun. He's so funny and great. But I think when you gotta spend 24/7 with this person, I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't
She's
know.
like, you're so unique.
Yeah,
Here's
that's
what I
great.
think,
That's great
though.
in medium-sized doses. But then when it's all the time, oh, I don't know.
Here's what I think. I think if this is Edmund's personality 100% of the time, I think he needs to come in full tilt like this. If this is how he is, then show it. If he's not normally like this and he's sort of doing it up a little for TV or something, it's a good way to get TV time, but it's not a great way to, I feel like, get to know someone really on a true level, unless that's how you really are. So
right, that's what I'm really concerned about, because a lot of the dynamics we saw with Calabria and Edmund was that he's talking, she's responding, but is it ever going to get to a point where she's just like, can you let me talk? Like, can this be a 50-50 conversation? She said she's like, a 50-50 kind of woman.
It'll be like Steve and Monica was it last season or season before last?
It wasn't last season.
Yeah, season before last.
I gotta pull up all the previous couples again.
Where she's like,
one who had to like Venmo her after he broke up. After they broke up,
he cheated on a sleep study.
Oh yeah. Well, that's all we needed. If you had just said cheated on a sleep study, that's all. Now I got a full picture of what he looks like. Yep,
I just say sleep study kinks.
Yep, no, got him. Wait, who was the girl a few seasons ago though, where she felt like she had that she was dumped because she had so high energy? Who was that?
Ooh.
Like dumped in the pods?
It was post pods.
Oh.
Yeah, I can picture her. I'll look her up.
Cannot remember. But yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, it'd be like Monica and Steve, where Monica was like, hey, you talk too much. Like, I'm gonna need you to let me talk. I'm gonna need you to like quiet down some so I can speak.
Yeah.
It might be like that. I don't know if she's gonna be able to handle the high energy in person as well as she does behind the wall.
It did feel like they had a lot in common, right? Like they both are looking for something non-traditional. They both are,
they both have a passion.
Both have like an athletic background. Yeah, she runs a group home. He grew up in foster care. Like they're both educated. Like it seems like they're both in a position to just kind of like bounce off of each other, and they're in a similar stage in life. My issue is in the challenging moments that we got with them, like with him, like being emotional, like he's like, I'm not used to this. She picks him up, right? Even though like it's amazing. He felt vulnerable enough. I got chills actually, because it's like, it's so hard to see Black men express their emotions in this way. And you could just see that it was like freeing for him to be able to cry like this with some like a woman he's pursuing. But then I loved that she asked him, like, when times get hard, are you going to be able to pick me up? Because I don't want it to be this like her to assume this like motherly role in their relationship as opposed to like a partner.
Yeah.
And that's where I was kind of like concerned.
I have faith that he can do that. He feels like someone that's really in touch with emotion. So I think he can use that to help her in her times. I think that'll be an asset to him when she's going through a tough time. He'll be able to understand. He'll be able to empathize and relate. So I think in that aspect he'll be okay. I think he's good there. It's just this energy is so much.
I think it's going to depend, because I kind of agree with what you're saying, Asia. It's like we've seen a lot with how he's tapped into his emotions, but how is he then going to support another person in that way? We just haven't. Right. We'll see it throughout, but haven't seen that yet. By the way, the girl I was thinking of was Marissa of Marissa and Ramses from season 7.
Yes.
Obviously not at all the same type of energy as Edmund, but that was sort of part of why he said that he didn't want to be with her. Is that she had a lot of energy.
I think all of my fears can go away if we see them on the getaway and they're just having fun. They're just vibing. They're like, it's like, oh, this works. And it's not just like, oh, I just felt like we were homies. I could like talk to you. Like if we see the romance and we see that they can have fun together, then I think that they are a great match.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I'm trying to see, was there anything else about them? Like he wrote a letter and ran and he like sprinted to go give it to her. That was really cute.
Wait, now, is he the guy who was making out with the floor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
He said he's had his mouth on dirtier things, but that doesn't justify like one
No,
dirty
none
compared
of
to
that made any sense.
dirtier.
See, it's that type of vibe that I don't know that Calabria is going to mesh with. So
How old is Edmund?
28.
29, I think, or
I think
28.
it's 28. Yeah, I think so. 28, I believe. And she's 27.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. So I mean, I think
Nope, 32.
he's
Really?
32.
Why?
She's
why do I have
what?
it written down 28?
I don't know. She is 29.
Okay.
I swear they put 27,
She's
28 for
definitely
their
seen-
ages on one of their
If they
chyrons.
did, it says 32 on the website. So.
Wouldn't
The lower
surprise me.
thirds were a little off, I will say. Like there was a couple of dates they did not even put up the names of the people. I rewound it to see.
I gotta say, I don't for the first two episodes, I think maybe even the whole time they're in the pods. I need that lower third the entire time they're on the date. Don't just
Yes.
flash it up the
Yes.
first time they talk and then assume that I got who this is. Nope, did not get it. Put it up the whole time, please.
Yeah.
I will say Denver is full of hairdressers and real estate investors and logistics transportation people.
Yeah.
That was
He's
like
a
that was
very
like the main
active.
careers.
I'm
He's a very
surprised that
active real estate investor.
I'm surprised we only had one person actively mention like skiing and other outdoorsy stuff. I thought there would have been a lot more of that.
They're like, we're more than that, Mary.
I see. That's like all I know about. Like the only people I know who live in Denver or Colorado.
Yeah, I was surprised
their entire personality.
There was no marijuana references. maybe we've gone past that as a society.
It's old. That's out now. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's everywhere now, Jason. Where
yeah.
you been?
I'm used to like anyone talking about Denver, talking about, oh, we get high in Denver. We're real high up here, and stupid stuff like that. So yeah, kudos to Netflix for being above.
Yeah. I'm excited to see them. I can't wait to like clearly like Edmund has a huge personality. Calabria, I feel like there's just so much more to be seen. So I'm really excited to watch this couple. I will say. And and also they just didn't have that many other options. We barely got to see any other people that if they typically date Black people, we saw what couple others in the background. They never got highlighted on a main date. So it was pretty obvious that this is where we were going to land as soon as we got one significant conversation with them. All right, let's talk about Kate, Nick, Annie, and Brendan. So what we saw here with these four is that Nick is dating Annie and Kate, and Annie is dating both Brendan and Nick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not just 3 episodes is just full of triangles, squares, and all the type of rhombusi and all the type of geometry you could shake your stick at.
None that were particularly circular that had any like very dramatic conclusions, though, so far at least.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like I even with these 4 people, I barely got many notes to understand like why Brendan would be Annie's number 1 over Nick.
They didn't even give Brendan an intro package.
No,
we know nothing about this man.
Nope. She's just like, hey, here's a whole lot about this other person, but my number 1 is Brendan. And we're like, who is Brendan? I'm sorry, what? And I don't think we saw him till episode 2. I don't even think they got introduced until then.
Yeah, the amount of times these people are like, yeah, this person is so great, so genuine. I can see myself giving my life to them as a spouse. But also, I'm dating this person, and they're my number 1. I was like, you were just talking about this other person like they were your number 1. Now you have another number 1? What's happening?
Yeah, that's what really got me with Nick, because Nick was so into Annie, and sexually. This was this is when Nick and Annie, that was a very sexual conversation about her spilling her water, and it just got so inappropriate from there.
yeah, things getting wet, getting dry,
Yes.
and he was like he was two different people with Kate
Yeah.
and Annie. It was
Yeah.
like he was trying out different personalities on different people, see what would stick. He's like, with Kate,
That's-
I'll be this like sweet, genuine person. With Annie, it's all nasty. Like, what are you
Listen,
doing?
that's textbook Barnett from season
Yes.
1.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was one way with Amber. He was another way with the wine
Nancy?
girl.
Jessica.
No, Jessica.
And don't forget
girl.
the third woman.
Oh yeah, exactly. Not Amber. No.
No,
Why
she
was
had like
Nancy?
it was like a 2-part name. It was like KB or
No,
with-
you're
was she
thinking
with
of
Nancy?
Bartiz.
LK?
You're thinking of Bartiz.
Oh, who did you say?
no.
Barnett.
No,
Oh,
Barnett had a
Barnett,
third girl.
Jessica,
Yeah, no,
that's-
he was
yeah.
thinking. He said Nancy. He was
Oh,
thinking of
no, no.
Bartiz.
I thought Baptiste.
LC.
Yeah. Oh yeah, didn't Elsie? Wasn't she on Perfect Match? Weirdly.
Yeah, she
I don't know.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. So yeah, Nick, he kind of, I mean, he's falling in love with Kate. So it seems like Kate is his number one. So it seems like if the matches go accordingly, we'll see Nick and Kate together and Annie and Brendan together. That's what I'm
Mhm.
guessing.
I
Because
would-
he's
I
not
would- I
serious
would
with
think
Annie.
so.
But
Or is he? Like,
well, look, if we do get that pairing, then there's the potential of Nick seeing Annie and still having those dirty thoughts he was having and being
Yeah.
like,
it's going to make some good
Oh.
retreat. It's going to make some good retreat fodder for when they go
Yes.
to wherever it is they're going. But yeah, I don't know if I want to see Annie and like I feel like Annie and Brendan are the two people I know almost nothing about.
yeah, truly. Yeah, when I put this picture on here, I was like, Annie. I don't remember
Yeah.
seeing her. I was like, are there two Annies?
Yeah.
Apparently there are two Megans.
What?
Oh, because
Yeah.
we have Sparkle Megan is Megan W or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and there's like a Megan R.
But we'll never see. Why are you giving us Megan W when you're never going to show us Megan R? Like, what is the point?
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I really don't have much more to say about these four. They were there.
I think Nick is very like he's like a very corny guy. Like
Mhm.
I think Nick is the perfect person to come into this experiment because I feel like a lot of the guys on Love Is Blind is like, this is a way I can get with a really hot woman, like and not be shot down like I usually am in bars and in social settings because I can use this conceit to really make people get to know me better because in real life I'm just corny and get shot down immediately. Now at least I have time to work my magic on them. I feel like Nick is one of those people. He's just so corny, but for some reason it works with a lot of these women. That in this setting it works for them.
Who do you think is going to end up? What do you think the outcome is going to be of this love square-ish?
I think Aysha might be right. I think it'll be Nick and Kate and Annie and Brendan. It wouldn't surprise me if Annie and Brendan like fall apart at the end and they don't go on the retreat because I just don't feel like they're really giving us any investment in them as a couple. So maybe we don't see them past the pods.
At least in the 2 episodes we saw him, Brendan gave us absolutely nothing. He gave Annie absolutely nothing. She was like talking about how she was affectionate and touchy-feely and she gets obsessed with her person. And he's just like, oh.
He's
and,
like, I want to coach our kids.
Yeah, he was almost negging her. He was like,
Yeah.
are you? She was like asking like, she was like, I just told you that, didn't I? Like, why are you asking me the question over and over again? I was like, do you even like each other? Like, what's happening here?
I don't know. It's confusing.
Isn't that what boys think is flirting?
I mean,
Like
yeah, it's
12-year-old
the whole thing.
boys? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Oh, and let's not forget Nick, Mr. Nick, who probably will end up with Kate, talking about how he's going to be saying Annie in the bedroom and how he thinks it's such a hot name.
It just feels so weird coming from him.
Look, there are a lot of people out there, your Annas, your Annies, your Annabelles, all of them. Let me just tell you, if your name is Annie, the very first thing my mind is going to go to is Little Orphan Annie. So,
yeah,
if you're saying that in the bedroom, I feel like all people should have a bedroom name that is not their name.
Tomorrow,
we're doing baby. We're doing
I'll
sweetheart.
love you. Tomorrow, it's only a day away.
That's what I'm saying. Like you just wouldn't be like, yeah, Annie, call me Daddy Warbucks. No, stop. Oh.
Yeah, you want me to save you from that orphanage? You want me to save you from that orphanage? Yeah, I can do that for you.
Both say that they like role play.
You're
So
never
y'all
fully
probably are
dressed
not
without a
far off.
smile? Nah, I want to see you in just a smile.
God.
I think from a logistical standpoint, though, if both these couples end up together, we would have like 7 couples, which they would never do. So maybe
Someone's
we'll
gotta
just get
go.
one or
Someone's
two.
gotta go.
Well, hold on.
One of
We've
these.
got 3 plus these 2, so that's 5
Oh,
plus
boy. Not the
whoever
math. We're starting the math.
whoever
Whoever
Megan,
ends up
Sparkle
with
Megan,
Sparkle Megan, and then
whoever
Patrick.
Sparkle Megan picks, and so that's too many.
And we know from a couple seasons ago they can't do more than a certain number. That's why Leo and Brittany didn't get weren't allowed to go on the whatever.
They only bought a certain number of flights.
Right. Yeah,
How else would they get there?
They can't book any more flights. It's not like Netflix
everything's
is a multi-million-dollar company.
Everything's booked.
Why are we wasting our money on the 30 people who aren't going to be on the show then?
Right, exactly. See?
Now that is an
waste of money.
inexpensive thing.
Yeah. And now they have to feed them. They're spending even more money. They got in trouble. Now they have to feed them.
Well, that's why there's so many lawsuits.
You grab 30 odd people. You bring them to the show. You do the initial 2 days, see who naturally couples up versus who has no connections. Kick out the people with no connections. You give them their $100, send them on their way. Only at the point where people are actually coupled up and actually going to be a part of the storyline, that's when you spend the money taking the pictures, doing the bios and the interviews, etc.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Everyone else is basically an extra.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's like extra, meaning we never see you ever. But then there's Pod Squad.
But they have
that's the problem. If they come back in the Pod Squad, if you are going to show up at a party later on in the season and say, "Oh, as a Pod Squad" or whatever, I need to see you in the montage in the first episode because otherwise you are no one to me. You are no one to me. I have no idea who you are, Josie or whoever. You can say you're in the Pod Squad. You can bring in all the drama, but I have literally no idea who you are.
And they have the nerve to give these people chyrons when they say when they're in these conversations in the lounge and they say absolutely nothing. Why are you still giving me their age and their name and their occupation? I don't care.
There's like a conversation between it's like, oh, James and Jason are having a conversation, and then it'll be like the camera will just switch to a different angle and you see Mark walk by and it'll say Mark. I don't know you, Mark. I don't even show me him. Why'd we pan to him? Go back to James and Jason. I know them.
Why are you wasting money putting a graphic on the screen right now?
Yeah, what is happening?
They said there's your credit. There's your credit.
That was 1 second that we could have spent on, Ally and Anton or Brendan.
Yeah, you might think like they're putting a chyron on this person. We're probably gonna get to know them later, right? No, never heard from again.
I'm sure we've ranted about this before.
I'm sure every season.
We've done this so many
every
times.
season. Yeah.
Anyway,
let's talk about our next grouping.
Yep.
We have Patrick. Okay, Patrick Star is dating Anna. And
Patrick Star.
Yeah.
I
loved SpongeBob growing up.
I thought that was actually his name. Okay, never mind.
No. Patrick is dating Anna and Casey. This is very interesting because we got this whole dynamic where Patrick is into Casey, but he's not quite sure how she's going to feel about him being Asian. But then with Patrick and Anna, they're like, oh, my parent is also from a different country. Anna assumes that they're both Asian, but they both have also said that their type are white people.
Yeah. And this is a problem with, being in Denver, right? Like this is kind of what you're going to get. And boy, Patrick is one of those ones that you didn't need to come on a love show. You need to go on a therapy show. Like you got a lot to figure out before you should have come here and try to do this specific experiment. You're just asking for trouble by doing this.
I don't think it's him. I mean, I did not get
that vibe from him. I really liked Patrick, but I really liked Patrick and Anna is my problem.
Well, he's painfully insecure. He's painfully insecure about the race thing. He's very, very insecure about it.
Well, I'm sure that's based on life experience.
Exactly.
Right, but don't come into this being insecure about it if you know you're going to have this specific issue on a Love is Blind show.
What do you expect?
Yeah,
it's life
what's he going to do?
here, the most unappreciated demographics are Asian men and Black women.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one thing to step into this space and know that's something you will have to face. He seems very confident. This guy is like very like he's confident about like what's going on in his life. It's this one issue, which is why he's doing this experiment, is because typically my options are limited because of this bias that people typically have.
I do not get confidence from Patrick at all with with the amount of hesitation he had when explaining his ethnicity to Casey, which Casey
I don't blame him
threw
for
away
being
all the
hesitant.
boundaries and threw it. Casey was like, "No, tell me now. What's your ethnicity? Go ahead, go ahead." It's like, oh, like we're just going straight to it. And the way he was so hesitant and so scared to tell her his ethnicity, I think is an insecurity in him. Which,
See,
yes,
I read
as you
that
said,
whole
is
thing so differently.
I did too. I did not see it as, oh, I'm scared
No, yeah,
of
neither did
this.
I.
I think it was like, I'm okay. If I rip the Band-Aid, that has taken away that whole element of what we're even doing this for in the first place.
I read it as
Because
him thinking, trying to decide, do I want to reveal this part about myself? Because yeah, that defeats the purpose of the experiment. And
he's not trying to trap her and be like,
no,
I didn't tell
But
you,
I-
and now
but
we're
I think
engaged.
I think he might be thinking like, if I tell her now without us getting to know each other more, she might take that into consideration more than anything else we've talked about. Maybe he may want to get
Exactly.
some more time getting to know her and then saying, hey, also this.
but I
think
think
that's
that's
part.
the reality based on whatever your insecurity is. Like if you're in the pod and you're talking to someone and based on context of the stories they've told and the things they've said, you get the impression from them that they are a person who is not going to judge you for the thing you're insecure about, then I think you're very more likely to be open about it. So my guess is either things that she was saying was making him feel hesitant about opening up at that point because he hadn't built that trust with her yet, or it was early on and that he just didn't know if he wanted to reveal that. But I don't know. I certainly do not blame him for having those insecurities because I'm sure that came
I don't
from,
blame him either. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's something that he should probably work through and think about before he comes on
Then that's
this type
saying
of love show.
anybody with any type of concern about that shouldn't do the show.
I think you need to
Every
be
single
confident
person
in
has
yourself
something
coming
like
onto the
that.
show. Yeah,
I'm doing
sure.
this because typically people feel a way about my weight, or I'm doing
Right.
this because typically people see me and assume that I'm going to be an F boy, but I want to get to know some. Like there's always something that people are doing Love is Blind for. They want to get to know your personality first. So this, her even asking him in this moment, being like, "Yeah, tell me," like that. Okay, why don't I just send you a picture? What's your phone number?
So and that's the thing. Like I in some ways and with other things, I like how direct she is. I felt like asking specifically a question that is going to give you a large insight into what the person looks like in an experiment where that's not the point was not something you should have asked.
Right.
You know, I think it's natural to use context clues, to listen to someone's voice, to hear their stories and sort of start building that picture in your mind. I get that, but I don't think she should have asked that. I did like, I guess did I like it? I felt like she was very reassuring though to him. She was like, "Oh yeah, I've never dated an Asian guy, but I'm chill with that. By the way, like a lot of my family are dating people with different backgrounds. That's cool."
Yeah, I definitely I liked how she reassured him and was like, hey, like I'm not the same people that are discriminating against you because of whatever. That's not me. That's not our family. That's not this, that. I like how she reassured him in that way.
I thought that because we just ripped the Band-Aid off with both of these pairings, but I thought it actually benefited Anna and Patrick. I thought it was great for them because, for one, they were assuming because of the context of our parents are from different countries. But then it was like, wow, this is somebody I never would have come across in my real life. Even we didn't even talk about with Calabria and Edmund. She said she never would have gave him a second look if she had just passed him. And so she's glad that they were able to cross paths in this way. And so Patrick and Anna were able to really get to know each other before they confirmed that like he's half Chinese and Cambodian, she's Chinese. And they're like, wow, okay, now I see like, okay, I need to step out of my type and this could be something. Which leads me to, why did she ghost him?
wild stuff because leading up to this, I was like, oh wow, these two were like a love story. This is great. Like this is they're hitting it off so well. There's this moments where they kind of put everything out on the table to each other, and by the end of it, they're just gushing about each other. Like, oh my god, we would be so hot together. Like, I can't tell you how into you I am. This and that, and then yeah, she ghosts him. Like, and we don't really get a really good explanation about it. We just know that after day, because Anna is also into Blake, who is in another love triangle we're going to talk about later, and she's choosing between these two men and feels one way about Blake, one way about Patrick, and we just don't really get a good explanation of why she chose to was it overwhelming, was it too much, what exactly was it?
So we weren't given the order of operations. Also, I think it is possible that one of Anna or Blake could have left after finding out the other one did, depending on what order. Well, the way we saw it was that Anna went first. Did we?
Well, we saw them tell Blake she left.
Oh, okay. So I think it's definitely possible that Blake left because he felt the strongest about Anna and did not want to get engaged to someone else.
Well, yeah, that's what I assume. That's what I
assume that. Yeah, that's what everyone's assuming online too.
Yeah, for Anna, I think it could have easily been oh my gosh, all of a sudden I'm overwhelmed because I have feelings for two people and I'm in over my head in this situation. I could see that being the case. I think it is possible. We've seen it before. We've seen people reconnect later on in the season. So if Patrick and Casey don't work out, I could see them potentially. I just hope for their sake that they at least have in real life reached out to each other and become friends, because I do think that they seemed like they'd be good. Like,
I'm sure we're gonna get a pod meetup, a pod squad meetup later in the season, and that's where we'll get that confrontation.
Are we though? Because she left the experiment. You know, like it's to put up a cryon or like to put up a statement. It seems like you walked away from the show, so you're done.
But you can't pass up that moment to get that on camera to be like, why did you ghost me?
I think we've seen that before. I was trying to decide whether or not I liked the fact that people were leaving. I mean, on the one hand, for, humans, I think it's nice that they're allowed to leave and that the producers are not like completely writing them out of the show. I like that. But
yeah, that season, Aaliyah left Uche and she was still at the Pod Squad meetup to get that moment to be like, why did you just leave? Or they met up separately. It was like, why did you leave? So yeah, I think you have to get that if you're doing this production. But for her to just bounce. But here's the thing:
even with Aaliyah though, she told him, she talked to him. Like, how do you not even have?
She left him a note.
That's something. She straight up ghosted him. Like the fact that Patrick had no idea that she even wanted to leave. Patrick or Blake had no idea. I was like. You're talking through a wall. Like literally what are you afraid of by saying, hey, I'm sorry, like this just isn't working out for me? They have spent enough time talking to each other where Patrick feels like he has found the one. He feels like I could propose to this girl. And she said, oh, I'm actually, I'm going to leave you on red and I'm going to go. What?
The fact that you're gonna make me look like Boo Boo the Fool by walking into this room and keep saying your name and just have nothing on the other side to make me look like an idiot on national TV. We can't
Anna or Blake, were either of them in the conversations about whether or not they ghosted people, or no? Was that someone else?
Anna had the conversation with Patrick saying, he said, hey, have you ever ghosted anyone? She said no.
That's bad.
But ghosting didn't come up until Anna ghosted. Like that's what started the whole conversation about ghosting people. So she couldn't really have that conversation because she was the first one that started it.
No, I'm saying no. Well, no,
I know what conversation you're talking about.
I know they talked about it before, which I was like, is this this is weird.
But inside the lounges, ghosting wasn't talked about until Anna did it. But yeah, just to have me come in there and listen, I also gotta look at the producers like, he's going in there to nobody. Like they let him walk in, they were like, Anna, are you here? Like, oh, poor guy.
Yeah, I was like, are you serious? Like the fact, like, I just feel like ghosting, when I was heavy in the dating world, I don't care how bad the date was. I'm sending you an explanation of why you'll never see me again. That type of thing, you know? Like, I just feel like ghosting is just so disrespectful, especially in this environment. Y'all have talked so much at this point,
Yeah.
and you just gonna walk. We've seen your face.
We've seen your face. We know who you are. You'll never you'll never have a silent moment in public again. We're going to shame you every time we see you in public.
I just did not get that. I was just like blown away that she actually ghosted him. What is wrong? What is in the water in Denver?
I don't know, man. I don't know. People don't like confrontation in Denver, I guess. Yeah, that was it was so wild to do that. And so something else that gets me about Patrick, right? This happens to Patrick. He's so downtrodden. He's crying on the little couch. And then he's like, well, you know, I did have Casey. She's hanging around somewhere. let me go find her.
My number 2.
No, this is another take that I feel like we have the same fight about every year, Jason, which is I think there is, if you have, I'm 60% Anna, but I'm 40% Casey, and you're on day 6 or 7 and Anna's left and you got 3 or 4 more days left with Casey, I think that's fine.
No, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
I don't think he was like, oh, I'm gonna
she's still lying around.
No, I feel like it was like he was kind of between them. He was debating a little bit, probably had a closer connection with Anna. I mean, so we're gonna see it later with Sparkles, you know, like
Sparkles. Yeah, I don't know. He didn't feel enthused about it. He was like, you know, we get along, right? That's good enough. Like, you know, and then he goes, we have so much in common. And then for production to call him out like that.
They
like,
said what? Hey, go into detail.
Name it.
I honestly can't remember our date.
It's late.
It's
late.
Been a long day.
I should get going. I'm tired. You know, I gotta get out of here.
Production basically said, yeah, you doing all that talking.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Think about her.
I gotta grab my Lunchable you guys are serving in the cafeteria. I'm so hungry. But like, yeah, so that was wild for them to call him out like that. And then he goes talk to Casey, and Casey's like they're talking about, I don't know what they're talking about. They both have connections. He's like, yeah, you know, I had to cut a connection. It's like, bruh, really? Really?
Straight up lied. Patrick, you are on television. She is going to see how this played out.
That's what is pinging my meter about Patrick. I'm like, see, I can't get with it. I can't get with Patrick for all these reasons. But yeah, like that was wild to me. all the things meshed together. It was crazy about him.
Yeah. So are y'all thinking Casey and Patrick are going to get together or get engaged?
No, I don't think so.
Let's talk a little bit more about Casey, because I feel like I don't have like a super good
I thought it was funny and cruel that she decided to bring up the Chelsea bit again. I wouldn't lie to you like that. I wouldn't like tell a guy I look like Megan Fox.
Yes, that was so funny. That was so good. I love the self-referencing.
Yeah, that's funny because it was like you know how people put samples in their songs of old songs. Mm-hmm. It's like Drake has been making music so long that he samples his old stuff. Beyonce samples her old stuff, and now Love Is Blind is sampling their old stuff.
Yeah,
referencing.
It's a constant loop.
Yeah,
but also with Patrick, where he's like, you know, I just don't know about your passion. How bad do you want this? It's like, are we
wait, why are you challenging her?
Are you my coach at halftime? Like, how bad do you want this? Like, I want as bad as you. You're here too. Like, what are you talking about? I that as well. I was like, really, bro? And she's like, if I didn't want this, I would have left 2 days ago when I was thinking about leaving. He's like, oh, so you were thinking about leaving 2 days ago? It's like, bro, 2 days ago you had a different number one. So what are you throwing stones at in a glass house for, bro? Like, get out of here.
I mean, okay. I don't think so. I agree with your sentiment of his insecurity in, like, he just got ghosted. It's like now he has his walls up and he's trying to make sure Casey doesn't do the same thing to him. But I don't think I don't agree on like him coming into this experiment and like his background and how he feels about that. But I feel like he's acting like that in this moment because of what happened with Anna.
Listen, you this is your last chance, Patrick. Don't piss her off by being like, how bad do you want it though? Are you trying to get me to break up with you? What are you doing?
Right. Well, it'll be interesting to see if these two proceed, because it never works with your number two.
Yeah.
Tell that to Zach and Bliss.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
That
Zach
was
and
his
Bliss
number one.
He literally picked a different person.
He was wrong. He knew his mistakes. He picked his number two.
He picked his number two because his number one sucked. Okay, like he didn't have some crazy.
No, he picked his number two.
Sucked.
No,
I feel like if Jason
his number
goes
two
back,
was Irina. He picked her because of the family issue.
Yeah, and Jason would probably been like, he shouldn't have gone on that show until he had sorted his stuff out beforehand.
Exactly. And
probably.
now they're happy with a kid.
Jason, wants to kill off an entire family relationship that has formed.
Whatever. But I contend that the only reason he went back to Bliss was like, oh, my bad.
Because she was his number one.
Come on. He picked his number one. His number one sucked.
No,
so
he picked his number two. My statement stands.
If Irina was a nice person, he'd be having a different baby with a different woman and named her after a different.
Never.
If Irina was a nice person,
Ned that is on the podcast. Let me remove him real quick.
Yeah,
you're telling me.
Remember when Jason was ghosting us at the beginning? Let's go back to that.
Let's go back to that.
You're telling me if Irina was nice to Zach, that he wouldn't have stayed with Irina.
Yes, it wasn't just a matter of niceness and meanness. They had nothing in common.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Whatever. Let's move. Jason's wrong again. Let's move on. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Moving on.
Defend me in the comments, YouTubers. Defend me.
Sparkle Megan.
Sparkles. Let's go.
Why is she Sparkle Megan?
Okay. There was this girl when I was in high school. She was like in middle school on my bus, and we all called her Sparkles. I don't think that was her name. I think we just called her that. It was kind of like because she was really annoying, and we all called her Sparkles.
You were a bully.
Well, I didn't start the nickname. I think she I don't know, maybe wore glitter or something in her hair all the time. She was a bully, basically. She was a bully, but she was like a little kid bully. And we all called her Sparkles. I don't know. She bit my brother once. Anyway,
so you bullied the bully.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Anyway, so every time Sparkle Megan said this, I just could not. I could not.
I do know someone whose actual first name was Sparkle.
Well, that's beautiful. That's completely different.
Right. But Sparkle Megan. And then is the fact that they have to say that every time. Will it maintain if she gets engaged? Are they going to continue it?
I think I don't think first off that you get to pick your own nickname. I think if your friends have a reason to call you Sparkles, Sparkle Megan, whatever, if they have a reason to call her that, the guys in the pod don't know her like that. They don't know the reason. They don't understand it. You don't just get to come in and be like, yeah, my name is Tuna Jim because of this thing. It's like, no, you don't get to do that. And then it's
Jason did
funny.
it. Hot Jason.
Yeah, but
but everybody knows that about me. I didn't
everybody knows that he's Hot Jason though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a little cringy for an adult to be doing that. Maybe she just really identifies with that. Like, what if I walked in and I was like, yeah, call me Frail Mary? Like, no, don't do that. Nobody call me that. I don't introduce myself that way. But I don't know. One of the guys, don't remember which one of them liked it and kept calling her that.
Yeah, and then one of them actually got the ick from it.
Yeah,
I would too. Gave her crap
I
get it.
Yeah, Jordan gave her crap about it the whole time, which I liked. I liked that he was able to do that.
Well, let's talk about Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan is the parent here, right?
Yes,
is this the first time that we've had a guy with a child on the show?
Well, no, because we had Tyler who had several children.
Okay, well, this is the first time we've had a guy who openly announced that he had a child.
Yes, yeah, I do think it's our first that we know of anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That announced it at least.
Yeah, I feel like that was his main storyline was that he has a child, he got a vasectomy, he's willing to reverse it. And
well,
she's like,
I wasn't sure why he had the vasectomy. Like, really? You thought at your young age, I was like, all right, time to snip it. I had one. That's it. I wanted to know more about that and what the decision was that led him to that.
Yeah, I don't know. It also was kind of hard to read if she was into him
I think the whole time she's like, she's like Aysha Welch when she's, deciding amongst her suitors, going down the checklist. Ooh, you're too broke. I'm sorry. You've been X out of contention. That was like that. I think that was her big sticky point. What she kept saying. Well, our lifestyles are just so different. I just, I don't think we'd mesh well. AKA, you're a broke boy. she probably asked him what his yearly income was. She's like, oh no, check him off the list. Which you would think a sticking point for Sparkle Megan would be that this man has a child. She's not sure if she wants.
That's what I thought her back and forth was.
But it never gets mentioned. She never says anything about how she would feel stepping in as a stepmother. It's never mentioned really one time.
I thought she was trying to imply it when she said that their lifestyles wouldn't mesh.
No.
But maybe she was just speaking financially.
Yeah, I think that's what she meant.
So Sparkle Megan mentions a couple times that she, while she is very successful and I think has her own business or something, she also is kind of looking for more of a traditional gender dynamics. I think is what she said, gender roles in the relationship. And so I wonder if maybe there was something that he talked about in that way that made her. The odd thing is, he's open about having a 5-year-old. It never comes up how anyone that he goes on dates with feels about that. The only thing that really connects is the fact that she does probably want more children and that he has had a vasectomy, which is technically reversible, but he it's not 100% guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, he did ask her like how she would feel if he got it reversed and didn't take. And she's one of those people who's like, well, if the universe says I shouldn't have children, then that's what the universe is meant for me to have. And he just loved that. He ate that up. So yeah, it's just we never really got a sense of, would you be okay being a stepmom? Would you automatically demand that send the kid off to boarding school? Like what are your feelings about potentially being a stepmother?
Yeah, you would have thought we would have had a lot more conversation.
I'm sure that conversation happened. We just didn't see it.
Yeah. Because I mean, I think it was also odd with him that she said like I would never have like go for him in the real world, which you usually don't hear people say until they see the person. But she was just like, but I guess because of his lifestyle, whatever that looks like to her.
I mean, we meet with Mike and she's like, that's my type. And who is like I think it's also about a personality and about like how he carries himself in conversation. Because Mike is definitely a certain way and Jordan is definitely a certain way that are different type of personalities. You might call one an alpha, you might call one a whatever. And I think they're just two very different people in that way.
Mike is the one who I get the most kind of red flags from out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was I was coming in with a hot take.
We always have differing opinions, so we didn't know if you thought he was amazing.
Yeah. Mike, I did not like so basically they have some conversation. I would say that initially Jordan is like her number 3, Mike's like her number 2, and Blake's her number 1. She's very open about Blake being her number 1, even though we don't actually see a ton of their conversation. And then after Anna leaves, Blake leaves. But
I don't know. I always thought Mike was her number 1.
Well,
she said Blake was her number 1 several times.
She said Blake was her number 1, but
I know, but I just felt like she felt like Mike, like she.
I think Mike is the one who she says like that they are each other's type. Most likely he's probably the kind of guy, personality wise, vibe wise, that she would have sought out. However, she's one of the people who's come on the show being like, my type is not working for me, so I'm trying to branch out, right? But when he discovers from overhearing Jordan talk about the person that he's dating, he realizes Megan has been dating the two of them. He comes in so I would say this is like cocky, but cocky from a place of insecurity, right? So he comes in and he's like, I know too much. I know a thing. He tells her that she's causing trouble by dating 2 guys, and she's like,
who are trouble?
No, she says she likes trouble because
she likes trouble
because
she's going after 2 guys that are trouble.
And And
Yeah.
I did not like the entire way he talked to her. If she was like, "Oh, do you mean because I'm dating someone else?" He's like, "There you go. Yeah,
Now
girl,
you're getting
keep
it.
telling me. Now you're
Now
getting
you're
it."
getting
Yeah,
it.
and then he's
I
like,
was just
"Well,
wondering if
who
you'd
is
be
it?"
honest with me.
Yeah, just wanted to see if you were going to be honest. What?
And then,
What?
and
Red
then he comes
flags
in.
right and left. And I feel like based on her facial expression, I think that she was picking up on these red
I think
flags.
she's getting it. I think she's finally getting it because she's been trying to resist Mike the whole time. Because she's like, I should not be dating Mike, but I really want to date Mike. Like, I really love Mike's. I know I shouldn't love Mike's, but I'm trying to not love Mike's, but I really love Mike. And so I think this conversation was the one where she's like, oh, yeah, this is why I don't mess with Mike's. This is why I know I should not mess with Mike's. Because they had that whole conversation. He also tells her, hey, by the way, I talked to my exes. And she's like, okay. She's like, I follow like one of my exes. He's like, really? Why? Like, what? I feel like that's kind of weird, don't you think? Like, you just told me you talked to your exes. I don't understand. And just the way he was also with some of the guys in the lounge was also very odd, because there was one moment where it was Patrick was talking about Casey, and Mike's like, oh yeah, I dated Casey. Ugh. You know, I don't know if I don't know if you really want to do that. And my Patrick's like, oh, it's okay, I got it. I don't need you to tell me.
I love
anything.
that he did that.
Yeah,
because
I like
it's
that he put a
kind of
stop
like,
to it.
look, we got our own relationship. I don't need any influence from what ended with y'all.
Yeah. So from that, and from when a moment where Mike discovers that he and Jordan are dating the same woman, he looks at Patrick. He's like, Patrick. Like, yeah. Like, I think he's trying to say he's in a love triangle, maybe. I don't know. Like, and he's like, look, that guy? She's dating that guy over me? Hot, crazy. And again, and also, the man's wearing sunglasses inside. That should tell you all you need to know.
Also, yeah. Look, I hate to pull out the age card again, but if you're 37 and you're acting like this, it tells me everything I need to know about why you're single.
Listen, also, if you tell me you're part of a tribe, and there are 6 pillars of this tribe, and it's only for wealthy men.
Yeah,
that's a super duper.
But Sparkle Megan heard that and was like, "Oh my goodness, this is a dream."
Yes. Oh my god. I feel like this part of a thing where like he has these alpha bro get-togethers where they all go wrestle around on the mud or something ridiculous, and they tell them to be men and don't be pussies and do all this and that. I feel like that's part of what he's talking about in this tribe, which is really kind of crazy. So the red flags are everywhere with Mike. And I feel like the show did well to give us all of the red flags and show us and like make sure we know this guy ain't shit.
And that's why I think she's gonna pick him. I think this little incident is not going to be a big enough ick for her, which it should. Yeah. But I feel like she's gonna be thinking, who can I build wealth with? That's gotta be Mike.
Yeah, I think Sparkle Megan is someone that is pragmatic in thinking of her lifestyle and what lifestyle fits her the best. And I think in quote unquote thinking of her future, I think Mike would be the one that she would go for, as she says. And also another shit, forgot about the other shitty Mike thing, where Mike comes in, he's like, hey, yeah, there's this guy in the lounge that says he has a child that's diabetic. He's like, I had a friend who was pre-diabetic, and with diet and nutrition, he fixed it. So I don't know what his situation is, but I'm just saying, diet and nutrition are really important. I was like, ooh.
Hey, guess what? There's a different thing about the different types of diabetes. Also,
well, exactly. Yeah. He is so ill-informed, and I'm like, was he not one of the people she shared about her dad passing and that he had diabetes?
Well, I'm sure if he just had good diet and nutrition, he would have been fine. That would have been his response.
Literally, Mike. Yes, did Mike text you and tell you that that's exactly what he would have said? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I was blown away. My jaw was actually on the ground. My jaw was on the ground when Anna left. My jaw was on the ground when Mike said that. My jaw was on the ground when Blake ghosted Sparkle Megan.
Yeah, that was why. I mean, I kind of feel like Blake was like an AI person and wasn't a real person, because I don't really know much about Blake at all. Like, what did you guys glean from Blake as a person? He just felt like a random creative character in a video game of like, here's just this warm body we stuck in here, because I don't really remember a lot about Blake. and why he's so sought after by both
Right.
Sparkle Megan and Anna.
I would say because from the very little we saw of him, he seemed extremely normal.
Yeah.
It's like Sparkle Megan and the Three Bears. It's like Jordan is too brokey and not good enough. Mike is too rich and an asshole. Blake is just right. He makes money and he's not weird.
Here's how you can tell the exact type of person that I gravitate to on these type of shows. And it doesn't always work out. Sometimes you find out that they're terrible people. But instinctively, it's the person where I'm looking at them and going, "Why are you on this show? You could find a nice girl out there in the wild."
And that girl could be me. Mary.
And that girl could be me. No, but it's like, but you know, I'm just like, "Oh, you seem nice. You seem normal. What are you doing here? You don't need a TV show." That's the kind of people that I'm like, "Oh, you know,
Yeah.
they're just like perfectly nice
And
in
that was
the middle."
Blake. That was Blake for you, right?
Yeah, from the little we saw of him, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I like."
Yeah,
I
he
literally
was-
first thing I wrote down was like, "Oh, Blake seems cute," and, like just because he was talking about how like his grandma told him to go on the show or something, or like told him that he should try something new. And I was like, "Oh, that's sweet."
I think Blake
He
agreed
was-
with you because Blake was like, you know what?
Actually, I don't need this. Yeah.
Yeah. He was willing to play cootie catchers with her. Mike would have
Yeah.
never.
No.
They called me cootie catcher in high school, but for different reasons, if you know what I mean. Hey.
Not
Yep,
a single
that's
laugh
hot Jason for
heard
you.
across the room.
Yeah.
Somebody out there laughed, I hope. So what I mean, it was just kind of wild that he left, the timing that it happened, the fact that he ghosted her. I think could he have just went to find Anna like we thought?
I mean, possibly.
Possibly.
I don't even know. I'm not even sure what Blake's standpoint was. Did we really get a good perspective from Blake about who he was really feeling?
Right. No, we
Yeah,
never
it's-
really
it's
got
just
his
if
perspective.
I'm
We didn't
trying
really
to
get
think-
his side.
I'm trying to think of the Blake moments in these 3 episodes. I'm like, I don't know. I got nothing. I just I
No,
don't.
Mhm.
that's the point. That's who Blake is.
That's your
Yeah.
dream man, Mary. That's your dream man.
So if you had to call it now, who Sparkle Megan is going to end up with between Mike and Jordan, who are you thinking?
I think she should be with neither of them. And
Yeah.
I think she's going, well, we can't have all these people get together, right? So maybe this will just be a failed love triangle that doesn't happen.
It could be another like
So
Leo and Brittany
like
of,
last season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
would-
could be like last season.
I
where
would
we
say
just had
my
this
vote is a
triangle.
slight edge toward Jordan. I think that last conversation with Mike really turned her off of Mike personally.
I think for the entertainment factor, I think I would like to see her with Jordan and for her to realize that this is not the life she wants. This is not the life she signed up for, and to break poor Jordan's heart.
Well, I don't want to
Um,
subject his son, or it's a son, right?
Yes.
To that, like, it's not like she would.
Well, she's not going to be like the mean stepmother coming in.
No,
and like,
not mean. He doesn't need to. Well, whatever. That's Jordan's life.
Yeah.
Just like it seems
Jordan made the choice to
messy.
come on the show and do that to his son.
It's messy to be like, oh, let me introduce you to Sparkle Megan, and then his son thinks that's such a cool name, and
Yeah.
never to see Sparkle Megan again.
I thought Sparkle Big was gonna be my Sparkle mommy. I do think it'll be interesting to see her with Mike and to see how that will crazily crash and burn. But I do
Yeah.
feel like the Mikes of the world don't usually make it out of the pods. I feel like we've had
True.
several
Yeah.
douchebag a-holes in the pods that did not make it out of the pods because they were such douchebag a-holes. So maybe I think I'll put my money on Sparkle, Megan, and Jordan. I also would put a good amount of money on she doesn't leave with anybody and she maybe goes find Blake after she leaves the pods.
Well, Blake already went to find Anna, so what's gonna happen there?
Hey, yeah, listen, that could be another side storyline that they get to the pod squad meetup and like, you guys, we've had such a love triangle since we left the pods. You guys going to get to see it because we're not part of the official group, but it's been crazy.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Anything else from the first 3 episodes?
I mean, I think I'm ready to I'm ready to get out of the pods. I'm ready to get more interactions in person. I in terms of ranking, like in the pod phase, how are we feeling about the pod phase of this season so far? Slow? Is it? How are you guys feeling about it?
I don't think it's too slow. Yeah, I don't think it's too slow. I was just thinking like, okay, we ended at the Calabria and Edmund introducing each other, which I'm just now realizing I for myself had to see what it was like when they met. So I did
Yeah, you
go
said some
into
things. I
episode
was like,
4. Yeah,
did Asia see this? Did Asia see the meetup?
I did. I personally did. So sorry for the spoilers if you did truly stop at episode 3 to watch this. But I think, you know, as long as we can make it out of the pods in episode 5, I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish it was earlier than that. I think for what is the whole season? 10 episodes? My
12?
favorite part of the season is always the part
13.
where they are
12.
living together. I think if we want to do 5 to 6 episodes in the pods, fine. I need to see more people. I don't know why we're not seeing everybody.
I need to see more people, and I need to see more relationship building foundation, because it feels like in a lot of these couples, I didn't get why they are so well matched, because for a lot of these, I felt like they walked into the pods and just started trauma dumping to each other. And I'm like, but I don't see why that makes you compatible, why you find each other attractive to each other. I don't feel like we got enough of that information. It was just like, here's my trauma.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love you. Let's get married.
For also the whole like needing to have one couple either propose or do the reveal in episode 1, I think that only makes sense if this is a show that is being released one episode every week, to give them like a, you know, nice conclusion to that first episode and keep them watching more. When you're releasing 6 episodes in one drop, why do we need to do that? They're gonna just
more often than
go to
not,
the
They
next
just
one.
want to like, they're like,
stopping
we
at
don't want to
one.
fit them in. We like, we'll get, because as we know from the years of like doing Love is Blind and people talking about it, is everybody is pretty much in the pods the same amount of time. So it's like they just cut everything that to see.
Yeah, they say it's like proposal day is like day 10, like in the reveal. It's all the same day.
It's not as if what were their names? Ally and Anton were together for 2 days and then proposed,
which is
and got
legitimately what I thought for the first like 2 or 3 seasons. That's
so
like how that worked.
Like, why are they speeding? Why did
like,
Cameron
oh my gosh,
and Lauren
this is crazy.
go through
and you can kind of see it now, where like as people announce they're engaged, as they walk into the lounge, there's like nobody there except for the people that are still in the stage where they get to the proposals. Because after a certain point, they do kick people out, Mary, as you were saying. Like, they're like, you're not making connections.
You're not doing nothing. Yeah.
But by the time people propose, it's only like 6 or 7 people in the lounge as people get engaged. But yeah, I too thought, I was like, oh wow, that was fast. But no, it's just editing.
All right. Thank y'all so much for sticking with us. We will be back to talk about episodes 4 through 6. So you can expect that sometime early next week. But make sure you subscribe to the Love at First Sight feed, as well as subscribing to the RHAP YouTube channel. Mary, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
I am pretty much doing this right now. So that's where you can find me. If you want to follow me any place, you can follow me everywhere at Frail Mary. But yeah, otherwise right now it's Love is Blind all the time at the moment. You know, I'm watching Survivor. I might occasionally tweet about it. We'll see. Good times.
Awesome. Yes. Jason, what about you?
You could find me a couple places. I am on The Good Pod, where me and Marissa Garza are rewatching The Good Wife and talking about that. We're also going to be talking about Elsbeth when that comes up in actually about a week or so. So we'll be talking about that as well over on The Good Pod. And catch me and Asia over on the Perfect Match podcast. We're right now on Patreon talking about old seasons of Married at First Sight. We're talking about season 11, almost done with that season. It is a great season. I suggest you guys come over to the Patreon, check it out, and join the fun. We will also be talking, me and Asia, once Married at First Sight comes back for season 19, just announced October 23rd. We will be back here on the RHAP Podcast Network on the Love at First Sight feed, talking about the current season when that does debut. It's a big move over to Peacock, a big change in episode number. So it's something that we're going to have a good time with and have fun with. So if you love Love is Blind, you're going to love Married at First Sight, and now it's a lot easier for you to watch because it's on Peacock. It's a shorter episode number.
They're dropping batches.
Yeah, just like Love is Blind. So I think if you are into this, you'll be into that. So, and it's going to start pretty much when this. I think we might have a week of overlap, if that. So right as Love is Blind is ending, Married at First Sight is starting. So it'll be a quick, easy transition for you to watch Married at First Sight.
Awesome. And yeah, y'all can follow me at Asia Like Asia. That's AYSHA like ASIA. Most recently, I stepped in for Stephen Fishback on the Know It Alls to talk about season 49, episode 2 of Survivor. So go check that out. Had a great
Did a
time
great
talking to
job.
Rob.
Did a great
Thank
job
you.
on the KIA. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I was nervous. This is big time. Yeah, like Jason said, I'm all those places with him over on the Patreon, coming to
Sorry.
RHAP with season 19, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, very excited for what's to come with Married at First Sight. Not sure what it's going to look like, but we'll be here talking about it. But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe so you don't miss when we drop our next episode of this podcast talking about episodes 4 through 6. And thanks so much for sticking with us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.